Hello and welcome to the Intuitive Messenger channel. I am Mitchell, your Intuitive Messenger, and this is your energy forecast for today, Monday, August the 11th, 2014. And as always, thank you for taking time to watch, retweet, post, subscribe, become a fan, drink coffee with me, all that good stuff we do every single day. So let me just dive right in because I feel like this is going to be a short and sweet one today. So number 11, which is today's number, is very powerful, kind of portal energy, kind of turbocharge for your day. It is a master number. And the other day I said something that I'm going to try to remember. 11 is kind of like very spiritual, creative, fiery portal master number, like wands is fire. 2 felt very much like cups, that emotional water kind of portal energy. 3s felt like the swords, kind of the air element. And 4 felt very much like earth energy. So like the 33 would be kind of air element. Breeze, Zuzu. Goodness, little girl. And that 44 would be kind of like earth energy power number. So I'm going to hold on to that because it felt really good when I said it, when it came out of my mouth, as I was channeling it from spirit, if you will. So today, 11, very powerful number. It's also the Justice card, bringing things back into balance, maybe legal things, legal matters. And 11 boils down to number 2, which is our High Priestess. And she definitely is smart, intelligent, knows the law, very intuitive kind of energy. So those 2 energies are available for you today. And you add all the numbers up, and you get 17, which is our star card, kind of after the Tower card, which is crumbling, shifting, and changing. The star is about hope, rebirth, rebirth. I said that. Rebirth, I'll say it again. Let me say it one more time. Rebirth. A birthing period, but it's like coming out of the ashes, basically rising up, the phoenix rising up. And 17 boils down to number 8, which is our strength card, which is what this entire month is about. Strength, very earth energy, double 4s, very, very solid. I also pulled the 8 of swords, or swords, if you're a Family Guy fan, on Sunday for today, which is a lot of worry, a lot of frustration going on. I feel like it comes off that full moon kind of energy from last night, from yesterday. That worry is there. So when the worry pops up, use your strength to get through. Use that hope energy from the star card. Trust your intuition from that High Priestess energy, and realize whatever you're doing to make it happen is going to be kind of turbocharged with the 11 energy of today. All of those things are just like little recipes, little spices, little ingredients for your day. Lenormand for today, if you're doing intuitive development, then right now you might want to pause and just kind of write down what you feel like the card might bring to us, what the card might be, a number, a symbol, anything else, colors. Write it all down. And that Lenormand card is going to be the Scythe. And the Scythe is all about cutting things off, just ending it, harvesting the wheat. It is a number 10, which is a number 1. It's also Jack of Diamonds, which would be our Knight of Coins. Again, so a pretty grounded individual, that Knight of Coins. But the Scythe is all about just cutting it off. This can actually mean like surgery, cutting, but just endings usually is what it is, kind of just removing what it is that might be there. So keep that in mind as you work through your day. And then the tarot card to go along with that is going to be a Justice card. Wow. Lately they've been coming up like that. So this is the Justice card. It is the number 11 card. It is the 11th day. So this goes right along with it, just echoing it. So swift and speedy justice. That's what that Scythe kind of echoes to me. And there's both the cards have a lot of gold color, kind of a bright light, kind of a glimmer of hope to them as well. Because, when you're waiting in the balance here for things to shift and change, that can be painful. Very, very painful just to hang in there, not knowing what's coming. So if you ever have questions for me about intuitive development, not readings, but just, what's going on in your life, dreams, aliens, anything like that, you can always email me at intuitivemitchell@gmail.com or at my Facebook, facebook.com/intuitivemitchell. Not my regular page, but the fan page. And email me there. Keep it short and sweet. The longer it is, the less likely I'm going to get to it. But if it's short and sweet and to the point, I don't always need to hear the backstory. But short and sweet and to the point, that's how Spirit likes it. But I wanted to, I kept asking Spirit, because I have a quiet time right before I open up this video. Right now I'm at 8 minutes because it's the 8th month. I keep adding a minute every month. So by next March, I'll be up to 15 minutes. And I think that's where I'm going to hold. But Spirit just kept talking about, people dying, people crossing over, people passing away. I saw a few posts this morning of people posting that loved ones unexpectedly checked out, crossed over, died, passed away, went to a better place, whatever you want to call it. And I love all the terminology that we use to describe when someone's no longer in physical form. But, the bottom line is, and I've had experienced the death of a very close animal. I've experienced the death of a best friend. I've experienced the death of, all my grandparents. I've experienced suicide of a grandparent. And one day I'll experience the death of my parent, probably the death of my partner, and my own death. But that's one of the things. We will all cross the veil. We will all step out of this earthly body. And it's the holding on, the trying to, not to let it happen or fighting against it. That's probably the biggest pain. And something that Spirit said, and they're showing it to me today, emotional pain and physical pain are very different. They're not the same. And something I would say I've learned with animals, they don't attach the two to each other. If this is an awful example, but if you are mad at a dog or a cat for doing something and you spank it or kick it or do something like that, in about 10 minutes it'll come back to you okay, where we as humans attach that emotional pain to being kicked or beaten or slapped, and we hold on to it. And I've not fully grasped it all, but what Spirit just kept saying to me was emotional pain and physical pain are two different things. That's what they kept saying to me. And I've just been analyzing it. So I bring that to you about the emotional and the physical. And I think that's why we humans have a hard time dealing with stuff, because we are in a human form, which comes along with emotions. But I also believe that animals do have and exhibit emotions. I just think they live in the present and the now more and easier than we do. And that's easier for them to experience the emotion and then move on. Experience the emotion and move on. And a lot of times when they're in physical pain, it doesn't hurt as bad. And my personal experience with this is going to the dentist. I've had such pleasant out-of-body experiences having crowns put on my teeth 2 different times. Because what do most of you do when you start to go to the dentist? I gotta go. It's horrible. You start to create all the emotional, history, background, and what everybody else tells about you. So the emotional pain or what you're thinking is going to happen, you start building that fire up until you get there, and then it is really painful. And I'll be honest, for me, they've been very pleasant experiences. Didn't want to do them, but I walked in and I was meditative. I stepped out of my body. I breathed. Many times I fell asleep as they were digging in my mouth, and they kind of had to, like, Mr. Osborne, please wake up. Open your mouth again. Stop dribbling. But so what I think Spirit is trying to communicate is just start thinking about when you're in physical pain and when you're in emotional pain and when you bring the two together. What does that feel like? Start to analyze those things, because it's going to be different for everybody how you experience it. So, interesting message. For me, it's been a powerful one. And I think it's something that I've kind of got a long time ago as a child. And I think it's because I was in such physical pain, and I mean such emotional pain most of my life, being closeted, growing up in a family where I didn't feel loved, didn't feel understood. Many of us have had thoughts of suicide, but, many times that would have been an easier out for me. The physical pain would have been easy to get out of. Or the physical pain would have been easy to get over compared to the emotional pain that I'd felt at that time. So ponder those thoughts. And all that being said, check out my website, intuitivemessenger.org. This Friday night, I am on Jessica Costello's radio show. I believe we're going to be talking a lot about animal communication that night. And I am working on, as of this morning, I'm going to start putting together and figure out where I'm going to do my first animal communication workshop. It'll probably be somewhere in Central Florida. Probably New World Wellness, or maybe the Center of Wellness. We will see. But that will come up sometime, maybe before the end of the year, if not the first of the year. So, all that being said, check it out. Thank you very much. Have an amazing day. Still have the 5-question video available. That means you get to ask up to 5 specific questions, and I will give you a YouTube video, 12 to 15-minute video back to you. So check it out, intuitivemessenger.org. Talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.